There's usually three motives behind what they're commenting. The first type of bots, the most common ones that we see today, people will claim they're in Gaza and they'll have a GoFundMe and they'll say, please help me. There's like literally rooms full of phones.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen them.
And
I don't understand exactly how they are working.
How they view it is China has been embedding themselves in U.S. critical infrastructure with the goal of that if there was ever a conflict to break out, it would slow a U.S. response down because it would create chaos. For people that don't know, bots are accounts, whether it's on X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. They're accounts that are not real people that might comment something. And there's usually three motives behind what they're commenting. The first type of bots, the most common ones that we see today are they're the OnlyFans porn bots that are trying to, they'll comment on a post and try to hope that somebody sees that and gets horny and goes to that site, right? So that's the first one. Those are nefarious, nothing bad. Not too nefarious. The second type of bot, which we've been seeing, is bots that will pop up and they'll comment about an unfortunate situation. Maybe they're in a war zone. Most common one I've been seeing recently is people will claim they're in Gaza and they'll have a GoFundMe and they'll say, please help me. You know, my family is dying in Gaza. Click my page and go to my GoFundMe. And you click these accounts, and depending on the level of sophistication of the bot, it clearly will either look like a fake page or they look really real. So, and then there's the next level of bot, which is the one that I'm concerned about. And these are bots that comment about topics, news. So internally, and I've never talked about this ever. Let's say, for example, we post a news article on Instagram, and right when we hit post, there will be 4 or 5 comments. Right after I hit refresh, 4 or 5 paragraph article with a headline. I hit refresh, it's 3 seconds. There's a 2-sentence comment about that topic. Shawn, that's humanly impossible. So the question is, what are they trying to do? We have restricted on our Instagram approximately 1,000 accounts. Restricting means if we find somebody to comment something so fast, and we're not talking a word, I'm talking sentences within a second or two, that means you're a bot.
Yeah.
There's something that's not genuine about you. And we've got about 1,000 accounts over the three years that we started doing that. And what scares the shit out of me, Shawn, is when I look at those accounts, some of them clearly look fake. I have found accounts, Shawn, that look like real fucking people. To the point where, a perfect example, we had an article about the war in Ukraine, and it was giving both sides of Russia and Ukraine. And this guy comments 3 sentences within, I'm talking seconds, about how Ukraine, something about Nazis in Ukraine or whatever. And I'm like, this is humanly impossible. Click his profile, look at him. He's tagging his wife in pictures. Click his wife. His wife has an account, 600 followers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
These are sophisticated bot networks that have been set up by foreign actors. And this isn't new, okay? But a lot of people don't realize this. Like every couple months, Meta will come out, or Microsoft does these reports where they'll say, we identified all these bot networks, and then they start shutting them down, or Meta will announce they took down 5,000 accounts or whatever. But people don't understand the scale of it. So you might read a news article, you might read a headline, and then instead of reading the article, you just go to the comments to see what people are saying. They're trying to influence how you think in a comment. Now, the crazy thing is you might be arguing with somebody that's not even real,
Yep.
and they're gaslighting you. You were talking about that you got shit for having Gavin Newsom on here. I wonder how many of those people were just maybe not real people that were just trying to divide. I'm not saying they all
Sure,
were.
there's a ton of them.
Yeah. And what they do is they're trying to stir up shit. The funny thing, because we've restricted some accounts, we'll have, and I'll show you how it looks, but it's basically, I can see their comment, but nobody else can see it, and I have to approve to allow it. We've had other bot accounts comment on our post, tagging, like as if they're responding to you. So it'd be like at Shawn Ryan 762, right? But they can't see that original comment. So it just came up as a populated response to nothing. So it tells me that's a bot too. So
You're saying that they are responding to the bot that's
there are
restricted
bots,
that they wouldn't be able to see?
Yes.
Holy shit.
But they don't, because it's all automated. I don't know if you've seen those videos, and I'll send you them. There's like literally fucking rooms full of phones.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen them.
And
I don't understand exactly how they are working
I don't understand.
without somebody behind the actual device.
Well, I think it's an AI.
I would assume. That
Yeah.
it was AI.
I don't know the
Did you see that one in New York recently? You guys covered that, I think.
it wasn't bots. That was somebody
Like some
trying
kind
to
of
take down cell towers.
some communication disruptor or something.
That's fucking crazy.
How many phones was it?
It wasn't actual phones. They had some sort of system that allowed them to duplicate like 100,000 phone numbers in some way. I don't know if it was duplicate or they could mimic 100,000 phone calls. And what their idea was is they were gonna
Shut down Manhattan's communications.
That's fucking crazy. And let me tell you something. That's not some little gang or a cartel. That is somebody trying to do some shit.
That's a foreign adversary.
100%. And you know what? We haven't heard a thing about that.
Of course we haven't.
Yeah. Not a word. Makes you wonder, like, I mean, I hate to talk about shit like this, but I don't think people realize like how vulnerable our daily life is to shit like that.
Oh man.
The power grid.
Yeah.
You know, like we're going off a little tangent here, but China's been embedding in U.S. critical infrastructure for decades. Something I love to do, and I encourage everybody to do it, is I really watch these hearings with these top generals on Capitol Hill. I watch them religiously every second because you kind of get an idea as to what's going on. And there was a general who went up that said that how they view it is China has been embedding themselves in U.S. critical infrastructure with the goal of that if there was ever a conflict to break out, it would slow a U.S. response down because it would create chaos within, because everybody's dependent on all this shit, you know? And goes back to what we were talking about earlier, which was nobody trusts anybody. You know, it's sad. It's because most people just want to just grow up. Sorry, I get emotional because it sucks. Most people just want to raise a family and live,
Yeah.
but you can't.
It's sad, man.
It is. And it's not just, I want to be clear, it's not just Americans, the world. You think people in the Middle East want this shit that's going on right now? People just want to live.
Yeah.
But what we've got, I tell my friends this, you've got 9 countries, 8 or 9, that sit at a table, big long table. And everybody that sits at that table is a country that has a gun. What do I mean by that? Those are countries that have nuclear weapons. Okay? The 9 countries: China, North Korea, Russia, India, Pakistan, the UK, France, the United States, and the one that we don't know is Israel. I think they have one. Those people think of it as a person, the country. Sit at this table. Some have the gun on the table to show it off. Some have it holstered. The ones that scare me, Shawn, are the ones that have their hands under the table. You know why? Because you don't know if I'm pointing a gun at you. With everything that's going on in this world right now, the stalking of satellites, the embedding in critical infrastructure,
Supply chain, the fentanyl crisis, the buying our farmland, buying land next to military bases. I mean, it goes on and on.
And
The propaganda, the bot farms. I mean,
influencing us.
And on and on and on.
I have questioned, Shawn. This is hard to say, but I don't know. I don't know if. Fuck, dude. There's so much distrust, and people don't realize it, how bad it is right now. Every second, every minute. All it takes is one fucking thing, and that could be it. Now, what we hope is that those 9 people at that table aren't fucking crazy. But let me tell you something. Guess who's sitting at that table? Just one example. Got Kim Jong-un sitting there. He's fucking crazy. You know? That's just... Some people will then say, well, maybe his gun doesn't work. Okay. Are you comfortable with someone pointing a gun at you? That might not work. There's people that are more flamboyant about it, and there's people that aren't. I've questioned, because of the way the world's going, everybody's arming up. Is my generation going to get to live their full potential? It's tough.
Everybody's worried about that, man.
It is, dude. Because it's something I really believe in. Dude, people just want to live.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.